Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video, we'll be talking about my tips and tricks on looking after your body while working from home. Work from home has become a staple in many people's lives, and I've seen a range of work from home injuries as a result. Whether you spend some days working from home or every day working from home, this video will be helpful for you. I'm going to go through my top exercises and stretches to alleviate that tension that you've been building up while working on the computer at home, and my top tip to finally fix your terrible posture. Almost every patient who works on a computer will tell me that they know they have terrible posture. They round their shoulders, they stick their head forward, and as a result, they suffer from neck pain, upper back pain, lower back pain, or shoulder pain. They can tell me exactly what they're doing wrong with their body, but they seem unable to fix it. Before we get to the exercises that will help you if you spend most of your day like this, we need to understand what's happening in your body. The human body is designed for amazing movement. We see this in elite athletes who can move and control their bodies in unbelievable ways. Just look at dancers and gymnasts. They have incredible ranges of movement and are able to do so often without injury. Our bodies crave movement and are built for it, but in the modern day, most of us starve our bodies of movement. Often due to our jobs, the movement in our lives are limited to the bare minimum. This is especially true if your job revolves around sitting at the computer for 8 to 12 hours a day. What this does is that it teaches our bodies to become used to only one type of movement or position. For most of us, this is the forward slouch that we catch ourselves in so often. The forward rotation of the shoulders, the closed-in chest, the forward poking chin, and the rounded upper back. Our bodies end up becoming strong in this position and weak in other positions, such as having a neutral spine. It then becomes more difficult to stay in other positions that would be better for our body because we lose the strength to do so. And so you may often find that your slouch finds its way into other positions, such as when you're standing or walking. And so understanding this, we commonly lose strength in our upper back muscles and develop too much strength in our chest and front shoulder muscles. So let's get to some exercises to start to combat this. The first tip and exercise is to target the protruding chin in the head forward position. We can do this by adopting a position where you have a nice tall neck and to perform a movement that's known as a chin tuck. Having a nice tall neck allows you to keep your neck in a position that's as close to neutral as possible. This will be useful when you want to practice good posture. The chin tuck exercise helps to activate your deep neck muscles known as your deep neck flexors, which are commonly weak due to the lengthened position that they're in most of the day. To perform this, fix your eyes on a spot and move your whole head backwards while maintaining your eye level. You should almost form a double chin before moving your head back to a neutral position. Do 8 to 10 in a row and then move your head back to a tall neck position as you resume your work. Next are some exercises to help build up your upper back strength, focusing on the rhomboids, posterior deltoids, erector spinae, and lower traps, which are commonly weak. Starting off with a simple resisted row. Use a resistance band or cable pulleys to add some resistance to the movement. Squeeze your shoulder blades together while keeping your arms straight. Then maintain that squeeze as you bring your elbows back past your sides. Hold for a second, then slowly release your elbows back to a straight position, while maintaining the squeeze in your shoulder blades still. Once your arms are straight again, you can slowly relax your shoulder blades as well. The key to this exercise is to not perform all the movements together, so that you can target and work the muscles individually. This will also allow you to work your eccentric and concentric strength of your upper back muscles. Another thing to be aware of is not to dump your shoulder blades downwards when you are squeezing them together, as this will activate your lats, which would overpower the smaller muscles which we're trying to train. Our next exercise is a seated Y lift. Grab a small weight, about 1 to 2 kilograms, and find a stool or a chair that doesn't have a supportive backing. Sit up nice and tall, lengthening your spine from your pelvis all the way to your neck, and hold your arms out at 90 degrees in front of you. Then lift the weights up with a straight arm to form a Y position with your body and your arms. Slowly lower them down to 90 degrees and then repeat. Make sure you just stay upright for this exercise and not to lean backwards as you lift your arms up. Perform this 10 times in a row. We can target the posterior deltoids by performing an exercise known as reverse flies. You can do this with a resistance band or some weights. If you are using a resistance band, you can sit upright and stretch the band open until the band touches your chest or you form a cross shape with your arms and your body. Hold your arms there for a second and then slowly bring them back to the front. You should feel your shoulder blades squeezing tightly together as you perform this. Again, you can perform this 10 times in a row. Next, I want to show you some stretches to help release some tension that would have built up in the body after many hours of sitting. To help stretch the chest muscles, stand and place your hand on a wall. Gently turn your body away from your hand until you feel a stretch pulling into the front of your chest and along your arm. Hold this for 30 seconds and then perform it on the other side. One of my favorite leg stretches is to perform a seated glute stretch, which you can do right in front of your computer. Bring one foot up and place it on the opposite knee. Use both hands to hold the knee that's been bent up and then gently pull it up towards your chest. You should feel a nice stretch going into your glutes. Hold it there for 30 seconds and then repeat on the other side. You might also find that your wrist and forearms have a lot of tension from the typing that you're doing. I've actually done a whole video talking about wrist pain and tension, and there's some exercises on there which will be suitable for you. I'll leave a link to that in the description box down below, so you can check that out as well. Now I want to share with you my top tip to really fix up your posture. It's super simple, and if you stick to it, you'll find yourself spending a lot less time slouched over your keyboard. All you have to do is to have a way to remind yourself to reset your posture. There are a couple of ways of doing this, but my favorite one is to get a sticky note and write on it something that will remind you to reset your posture whenever you see it, whether that's posture, move, get up. Now stick that sticky note onto a corner of your choosing on the monitor. Now every time your eyes travel to the corner of the screen with the sticky note on it, I want you to listen to what it says. Get up, move, do your exercises and stretches, and reset your posture. What this will do is that it will help you avoid the long hours of sitting in a slouched position, which leads to all the issues that are associated with poor posture. At the end of the day though, the solution is not difficult, but the discipline to put it into practice is what most people lack. Now there may be times where you don't stick to this, whether that's because you're stuck in a meeting that's a couple of hours long, or you're working overtime trying to finish off a project which has a deadline coming up. And I want to say that's okay, but the more often you can break the habit of sitting 4 hours in a poor posture, the better you will be. As a physiotherapist, I don't expect anyone to be able to sit in perfect posture all the time, but I would encourage you to take yourself out of a terrible posture more of the time. And that brings us to the end of our video on work from home exercises and how to fix your posture. If you've enjoyed the video or you found it helpful in some way, please hit that thumbs up button and leave a comment down below. And subscribe to stay up to date on more videos to look after your health and body. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.